Okay, folks, so today what we want to do is we want to take some of what we talked about yesterday, creating that line of best fit using our calculator, to now actually um, apply it and see how it would work. Because the whole point of a line of best fit is to create an equation that we can then use as a tool. And then what the tool does is that the tool predicts which which points are going to occur in the future or what might be happening in the middle. We can use it to predict lots of different things. So these are used across the business world. These are used across many different sectors where lines of best fits are created, and then they use those lines of best fit to then predict things that they think are going to happen in the future. So here we have a bunch of different data points. We have a lot of our fast food restaurants here on the left, and then we give you certain pieces of information. We tell you whether you're going to get fries with it or not. So each of these columns are about fries. And you can notice up at the top that they're about either having a small fry, medium fry, or large fries. Okay, so each one gives us a few different pieces of data. Some of the data points are missing. So because some of the data points are missing, we're actually going to use our lines best fit today to try and fill in some of these data points. So for example, what's the serving size here? What's the serving size here? So we can use our lines of best fit to really predict certain things. So in order to make that happen, if you look on the left-hand side of your paper, you're going to have two of these graphs. Now, this first one is all about the number of grams of fat in something, and the number of calories that it actually is. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out by labeling our axis on the bottom and on the side evenly from 0 to 30 grams, because our number of grams of fat goes anywhere from 0 to 30-ish. So I'm going to start here, grams of fat being 0. And then if I were to go up by, let's say, go up by fives, that would be 10, 20, 30. I might actually spread this out a bit more. Let's see if I can go up by 5, 10. Nope, not enough space. So what we're going to have to do here is we'll just go up by the 5, 10, 15, 20. Perfect. So there's going to be my 5 grams, 10 grams, 15 grams, 20 grams, 25 grams, and 30 grams here at the very end. Okay. So there we have our grams of fat. Now, for the calories, our lowest calorie really is around 150. So we're going to start with, instead of starting at 0, we're going to start around 150. Now, really, the really technical way of doing this is to put a kind of like a little zigzag. What that zigzag tells me, it says, hey, I'm skipping from 0 to 150. So let's go ahead and put 150 right here on our that line. And now we're going to go all the way to 550. So I'm thinking that we're going to have to go up by at least 50. So if that was 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550. That sounds great. So 200, 250, 300, then 350, then 400, then 450, 500, and 550. Okay, so take a second, make sure your graph is created. We've got our axes labeled. So now what we need to do is we need to choose, like I say here, choose 10 of the menu items to enter into our table below. So I'm just going to come back to our table here, and let's choose 10 of these. So I'm going to choose this one right here. I'm going to choose this one, this one. Let's keep going. Let's choose this one and this one. How about this one right here in the middle? And then how about these two right here? And then last but not least, how about these two on the bottom as well? So I've chosen 10 of those data points that we can now actually plug into our table. All right. They don't have to be in any sort of order. You just need to actually plug those in. So I have those in front of me, as do you. I'm just going to go ahead and plug those in. But notice what we're talking about is the fat and the calories right now. So if I'm looking at this data point right here in the middle, fat and calories is grams of fat and calories, 380. So that's my point that I'm actually plugging in. So my point in this case is going to be what was that one? That one was 19 and 380. So there's my first point, 19, 380. Okay, so take a second and go ahead and fill in our table with all of those points of data. So the next one would be 17, 340. The next one after that would be 27, 540. All right. The next one after that would be 10 and 220. Then 22 and 470. Then 13 and 310. Then 14 and 270. Then 23 and 430. And 14 and 320. And last but not least, 21 and 470. So now what you're going to need to do is take a moment to go ahead and plug those data points into your calculator right here. Okay, so bring your calculator back out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and first thing I'm going to do is turn on stat diagnostics. So I'm going all the way down here, make sure my stat diagnostics are on. So click on there. Now I'm going to press stat, edit, and I'm going to start typing in my numbers. I have to type in those actual data points into the calculator. So I'm just going to do this on my keyboard for the sake of time, but 19, 17, 27, 10, 22, 13, 14, 23, 14 again, and 21. So you should have those X's in now. 380, 340, 540, 220, 470, 310, 270, 430, 320, and 470. Okay, so our data points are in. Press pause on the video if you need more time to get those data points in. Okay. So, and also, go ahead and graph some of those points on our graph. So, like 19 calories, excuse me, 19 grams of fat and 380. That would be right around here, going up to almost 400. So that would be around there. I'm not going to do all these just for the sake of time, but go ahead and graph some of these 17 and 340. That'd be right around there. So keep practicing, graph those points. But now what I really want to do is come back to the calculator and look at the line of best fit. What is the line of best fit that's created here? So once again, I'm going to press stat. I'm going to go over to calc. I'm going to go down to line 4, linreg. I'm going to hit enter. And just hit enter enough times to get down to calculate. And here we are. Our A value is 18.385. So I'm going to round that to 18.39. Okay, so 18.39. And our B value was 44.05. So it's 44.06 when we round up. So what's our equation? Our equation is y equals 18.39 x plus 44.06. And then last but not least, if we look at our correlation coefficient, our correlation was 0.966. That is really strong, and it is definitely positive because as the number of grams of fat goes up, our number of calories goes up as well. So keep practicing that. Watch it again if you need to. Good luck.